YouTube. Today I am troubleshooting this water heater. This is a Bradford White water heater and the model number is right there. It's a 40 gallon. Now what I'm going through should work with any size gallon, 30, 40, or 50 gallon. What is happening is there's no hot water and the status light right here is not blinking. Now a working one, here's another one right here, should be blinking, but this one isn't. So let's first turn this knob to pilot, and I'm going to open up this cover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press down this knob when it's pointing at pilot, and then I'm going to click on the piezo igniter right there. So those are two things I'm going to do. I'm going to let you look through the glass right here. Alright, pressing on the pilot. There we go. So as I hold this down for a minute, what happens is that when I let go of this button right here, when I let go, that goes off. So the pilot won't stay lit.
It's always a good idea to see what technical documents out there before you start on repairing your water heater. At Bradford White's website, they actually have a lot of good documentation under resources, technical documentations. After you click in there, you can type in your model number, and then the documents will show up. There are a lot of good documents right here, but the two that I really like first is the service manual. When you click into the service manual, it gives you a troubleshooting chart. And when you go down to the troubleshooting chart, it will have different symptoms, probable causes, and correct actions, which is very helpful to get you on the right path. After you find out what needs to be repaired or replaced, the part list is very helpful because, for example, right here, let's say the control valve is bad or the pilot needs to be replaced. I can then scroll down and look up item number 6, what the model number is, to look at my model number and look at what the part number is to replace. So hope this helps. Second thing I want to give a shout out is Bradford White has a troubleshooting residential gas playlist, and it has 12 videos right now. The playlist is also very helpful, and do check it out.
Now, with our understanding that the pilot won't stay lit, let's do some testing. Right here I have my digital multimeter. I'm going to switch it to voltage DC, and I am going to take the negative and I want to just stab it here on the side, on this bottom plate right here that connects to the water heater. I'm going to have this probe on the positive terminal right here that goes to the thermopile. So I'm going to stab that right here, and I should be able to read a voltage while the pilot is heating up the thermopile. So I have my knob at pilot. I'm going to push it down like before, and I'm going to start igniting the pilot right now. Now I can see the voltage climbing right there. And as the voltage climbs, it needs to get over 250 millivolts. Then the control valve right up here will have a click. It passed 250. I didn't hear it click, but the status light is blinking. I don't know if you can see it blinking. So anytime when it goes over 350, it should be enough voltage to hold the pilot in place. It can go up to almost 750 millivolts. So I know my thermopile works. It is showing over 0.5 volts. That's more than enough to hold the pilot on. Now this right here is a thermal switch. This thermal switch is pretty much a safety switch, and if there is an issue, then this will trigger to turn off the pilot light. So right here has almost 0.6 volts, which means that right here has 0.6 volts. And the other side, if it was working, also should have 0.6 volts. And you can see I have 0.6 volts. Thermopile is good. If it was bad, I would replace the thermopile or clean it. This switch is good. If it was bad, it needs to be replaced or further diagnose why this triggered. If this does trigger, you can actually reset it by pushing it. Since mine is working, there's nothing I need to push. It's good. The problem isn't down here. So the problem is somewhere up here. We need to continue our troubleshooting and focus up here right now. In order to take off this cover, first I have to remove this screw right here, which is a T15. Alright. And after I remove the screw, I'm going to use a flathead screwdriver, and I'm going to push down these two plastic clips right there. Now I can move this straight out, and I can see a ribbon cable right here, and I can see a circuit board down here. Now what we need to focus on are these 3 pins. So right here I have my multimeter. I set to ohms. I want to measure the resistance. And on my negative, I have a alligator clip, so I can clip on to the negative, the common actually. So that pin right there is common. Now these other 2 pins, the first one right here is for the pilot, and the second right here is for the main control valve. Now if I measure main control valve, I should get between 11 to 13 ohms, and you can see right here I have 11.2, so the main one is good. But if I measure the pilot, I have 180 ohms, which that means it's bad. This valve control is bad, so I need to replace this valve control. Since I need to replace this, first I need to disconnect this front plate, and this wire right here, there's a small connector. You just have to pull it upwards and it disconnects. Later on I'll talk about this wire, where it goes, but now let's focus on turning off the gas. If I follow this, there's my knob. Turn it clockwise so it's 90 degrees. That's off. So right here I have the whole replacement kit. It comes along with more than what I need. The whole kit right here has the thermopile and the piezo igniter, like the whole assembly right there, which is great. It also has a new insulation foam right here. When I open it up, I can replace it with a brand new one, which is good. And really I need is this control valve right here. And this is a whole assembly. If I want to replace everything, I should unscrew it. I mean, of course, disconnect all the pipes, then unscrew it and replace the whole unit. But there is a other way to do it, which is just place the valve and not replace the whole thing. In order to do that, first I need to remove the front cover like before. Okay, next, now I can pull this apart like before, and as you can see, there's a clip right here holding the ribbon in. I need to push it to the left, and now I can remove the front cover. So what do I see right here? This is a control valve, and I need to take it out. There is another screw right here, T15 screw. Remove that, and there are some clips. Right here has a clip, so I'm just going to push that down. Alright, once that's loose, oh, here's another clip right here. Okay, so once that's loose, I can lift it up, straight up, and you can see that this ribbon connects to this temperature sensor right here. Now this temperature sensor has two measurements. There's two sensors in there to measure the temperature. The yellow wire right here is common, and the red is one side of the sensor, and then the blue is the other side of the other sensor. So we can do a quick measurement just to see how that works. I have my DMM in resistance again, and again I said that the yellow middle wire is common, so I'm going to use white. I have this jumper wires right here, the connector and the pin in there, so I can measure it. There we go. And one of these other sides, I'll use the other color, green, on it. So if I take measurements, it doesn't matter which one I connect to. I'm going to have plus my red wire, my red probe on the green. I'm going to have the black right there. And I can see the resistance. And if I use this lookup chart, I can look up the temperature. This outdoor temperature is around 80 something, 90 degrees. So let's, and if I measure this other side, it should be pretty much the same, which right here says 7.93. So they're identical. This is for redundancy. Now I can take a quick measurement on my current one, and the key thing is that of course I would need to know what's the water temperature, but really again it's redundancy. If both sides resistance are very close, then that means that the sensor should be good. So let's go test it real quick. So even though the colors on this ribbon is different, it doesn't matter. The middle connection is common. And if I measure this side, it says 9.07 kilo-ohms. And this side is also, let's see, 9.09 kilo-ohms. So this is very close in resistance, so it's good. So even though I have the full kit, you might be wondering, why don't I just go ahead and replace brand new thermopile, pilot, control board, the temperature sensor, like everything, right? Well, this water heater is over 10 years old, and I'm looking at actually replacing the water heater for something more efficient. So that's why I choose to just replace the control valve instead of replacing everything. Now with the gas off, let's remove the pilot gas line and the main burner gas line. Connection. Alright, move that away. You want this to be stable. You don't want to twist this because you might break it off, break the thermal sensor off. This is quite tight. I can't get this off, so I'm just going to take off the rest of the pipes and maybe take the whole burner out and see if that works. I'm taking this connection off so I can easily get to the screw right there. Okay, now I can take this cover off. Right, and I'm going to remove the T15 screw right here. Next I'm going to pop this out. It still won't come out. Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness, that was tight. There we go. Well, since I have all of this disassembled, I might as well just do some maintenance and clean up the burner. It's probably dirty. Maybe just go ahead and replace the thermopile and the rest of this stuff. Now I can pull the whole thing out. As you can see, there's a lot of debris from underneath the tank on top of the burner. Let's go vacuum it. Alright, so let's replace the thermopile and pilot light assembly. Here is a 1/4 socket. Now be careful to not bend the pipes or anything like that. So hold everything tight when you unscrew it. And after that one screw is off, you just take this off. And let's put the brand new one on. And I'm going to slowly bend this backward. Okay. Alright, so here's the valve control, and here's my pipe. I'm just going to put joint pipe compound on it. Just for fun, let's test out the valve resistance. This is a good one, and you can see right here 12.3, and over here also 12.3. So it's good. Alright, let's now install this cover. Now there's really only one direction to put this wire back together, and it doesn't matter if it's flipped, but again, it's keyed, so there's only one way to stick it in. You cannot mess it up. Since we're putting this all back together, we'll go ahead and feed it through this clip right here. Yes, there's a screw for the control valve. Alright, there's a screw right here. That's good. Okay, so this goes straight in. Alright, and there's a screw underneath here. Alright, now we can put the burner back in. Alright, when I feed the burner in, you can see that there is this little slot to feed that in. You know what, I can't hold this camera while doing this. Okay, as you can see, it's connected. So here's the old pad behind it, and the kit comes on with a new pad. So I'm going to peel this off and put the new one on. So most of this is removed. It's good enough. I'm going to put the main gas valve back on real quick. And I'm going to put the pilot back on. Slowly bent it back. I want to put this down here. Alright, so I got this one side in. Now I just have to put this other side in. Slide Now we can start connecting all these wires. So the red wire goes down here, right? Red wire. And this one connects over here. This white cable goes all the way up here. Push it in there. And it even says right there, white and red. Alright. Finally, the last thing is the electric igniter. Just connect it right there. Now there's a clip. It's nice and organized. Alright. So, you do need to make sure that these connectors are tight. Alright. Alright. Now don't over tighten them, so okay, so gas is back on. Let's see if this works. Okay, status light is on now. I'm going to now turn this knob to hot. Hear the flames. So, it's fixed. So this is the damaged control valve, and I'm very curious what is wrong with it. I don't know what I can find out, but I thought might as well just take it apart and see what's inside. So they have security T15s on here. Wow, these are tight. Let me see if I can find something else. Alright, I was able to loosen up all these screws. Let's see what's inside on the front side of the gas valve. I mean the control valve. There's probably some wires. Gasket. Yep. Okay. There we go. So, and this switch connects to this. Let's pull that out. This connects to this. Let's pull that out. Oh, I see. So this is the view. This is where the main valve is at. This is where the pilot goes, and as you can see, it broke off. So technically, if I solder it back, it should work, right? And I'm just going to, for fun, connect it back together and see what happens. So I do not endorse what I'm going to do. I mean, this is not, you don't repair this and put it back on your gas heater, but I'm just showing you what's interesting in here. This is just being curious. Now, this is a relay. You can pick this whole thing up, and after you pick it up, you can see that this is wrapped around here, this coil. If I just reduce it by one coil, which should be fine, should be within the limits, and I'm just going to wrap this around here. It had 2 to 3 wraps, so I'm just going to do 1 and a 2. Alright, after 2 to 3 wraps, moves back over here, and I can technically solder it on this tip. Before I solder it on the tip, I have to remove the coating. This is 400 grit sandpaper. I'm just going to remove the coating on top. Okay, and it looks like they just wrapped this around here several turns. And after that they solder it on. So I have this wrapped around several turns. Okay, let's close this up and take some measurements. These two pointed up. So I put the screws back on. I wrote tamper on it and bad, so a reminder that this is bad, do not use it. because it's been opened. And when I measure the resistance, the main one still has 12.6 ohms. And now the pilot, 12.4 ohms. Hope that was fun for you. Thanks for watching. You have a good day.